Hey, it's the Blazor Puzzle, episode 87. I'm Carl Franklin from AppVNext. That's Jeff Fritz from Microsoft. Hey, Jeff.
Hello, good to see you, my friend. It is the dead heat of summer again.
Yeah, we're supposed to cool off by the end of the week, but by the time anybody sees this, if they're in New England, who cares? If they're not, who cares? So, what they do care about though is Dev Intersection. Dev Intersection in Orlando this October. You and I are both going to be there, and I'm doing a bunch of sessions, including a Blazor workshop. But we're also doing, and I'm doing this with Maddie Montaguia, a session called Aspirify a Website Live.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah.
So the idea here is you've got a fantastic website out there that runs one of your other podcasts.
Yeah. .NET Rocks.
Yeah. So what would be involved? What would it take to get that wrapped in Aspire? Because you've got a handful of other things that run beside that website, not just the web server.
Right. So there's a few moving parts to it, and it is .NET 9 Blazor server. So the idea is that I didn't create it with Aspire. And you have a project that you're involved in called Aspirify. And so we're going to do this live. Maddie and I are going to pair a program live to convert it to use Aspire.
Yeah.
Live and in front of a live audience.
Live coding on stage. It's going to be absolute fun chaos.
Yeah, exactly. Fun chaos is a good way to put it. All right, well, let's get to this week's puzzle. Roll the video.
Here we go.
So this is a .NET 9 Blazor web app with global interactivity. It's the general template we like to start with because it avoids all the WebAssembly stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We're trying to implement a drag and drop action within a list of Blazor Puzzle episodes.
Okay.
It looks like it should work. We get no errors, and dragging does indeed start the drag process. But as you can see, there's that little, hey, you can't drop here thing, and dropping doesn't work. It's not allowed. So that's the puzzle. How do we get it to work? Now let's look at the code.
Okay.
I just got a style up here for the drag handle and the dots that go in it. That's nothing.
Sure.
So now I've got a table. And for each episode in episodes, which I just gained from my episode list from the Blazor Puzzle website, here's what we're doing. We have a row, and then on dragover, we have to prevent default, which is important. If you don't do that, then all sorts of weird things happen. And then on drop, we're calling drop. And the drag handle, we set draggable to true. And on drag start, we call drag start. And these are just little things. So let's go down to drag start. Let's go down to the code here. I have a dragged index, which keeps track of that. And dragged index is the index from drag start.
Sure. The ID for that item that you're dragging around. Okay.
Yeah. And drop never happens because we're not allowed to drop. But what it does is it gets the item from the dragged index, removes it from the episodes list, right?
Okay.
And inserts it at the target index. So it just moves things around, right? The problem is this never happens. Drop never happens. And on initialize, all I'm doing is going and getting those episodes, right?
Sure.
So really the code is kind of insignificant. I think the problem might be up here, but that's what we want to know, kids. How do we make this work? There's no errors. It seems like it should work. I mean, these are the proper events to handle and all of that stuff. Why isn't it working? And if you want to know the answer, stick around for just a few seconds and we'll come back with the answer. But if you want some time to figure it out, just hit pause and come back whenever you're ready. We'll be here. And the answer is you got to replace this @ onDragover with a regular DOM onDragover,
The JavaScript version, and just saying event.prevent default. It's a subtle problem that sometimes Blazor gets in the way, right? You don't always have to reach for the @ events. Sometimes you need to go down a level to the DOM JavaScript events, and that's what we're doing here. So let's run it and make sure it works. All right, so let's just take number 1 here, and we'll drag it down to between 4 and 5. There it goes. All right.
That's the answer. And the lesson there is, sometimes Blazor gets in the way. Comments?
It's interesting how we have to, for these very interactive features that we want to build in the user interface, we do have to use a little bit of JavaScript with our C# event handlers. And we know the C# event handlers do wire up to those same JavaScript handlers, but getting just a little bit lower underneath the surface, right to the onDragover DOM attribute, got you past this.
Yep,
there's a couple other places where I can see this being an issue as well.
Yes. So that's our puzzle, short and sweet. And if you've got a puzzle, even if you don't have the solution, please send it to us by email, blazorpuzzle@appvnext.com. And who knows, you might be able to win a mug, and we'll use it on the show.
All right.
That's it. See ya. Have a nice week.
All right.
Stay cool.
Take care, friends.
Bye. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out blazortrain.com and the .NETshow.com for more great content.